Hey everyone, Taylor Brooks here from USL Spokane. We are starting off Friendly Fridays with Tormenta FC and the head coach Jim Robbins, who just won the W League for the 2022 season. Let's just start there. What was that feeling like, taking Tormenta to that match and then winning it? And I mean, just watching the celebration videos, it's everything, I feel like.
No, and thanks for having me. Yeah, it's still, to this day, it's still hard to describe, but to be in that environment with that type of energy, that many people, all of them there. I mean, obviously they're there to support their home team in Minnesota, but to really, I think, to support the league in general, to support both teams, for that to be the pinnacle of this entire first season was fantastic. I don't think anybody could have asked for a more perfect or better environment.
I mean, aside from the win, you've mentioned the W League and just being in that environment and, being the first year of it. What do you think the W League has now made a statement about? Because women's soccer just continues to grow everywhere. And in the States, necessarily hasn't been, the biggest hype. But now we do have something like the W League. We'll have the Super League as well. But what do you think the statement was this summer from the W League?
I think the statement for me is that there is a very high level training and playing opportunity for players in this age group during the summer months. I think there still are a handful of people that may not believe that the level is that high or the experience is going to be that great. But I think I speaking for us here, we tried to create a very professional environment. Obviously, we have the support from ownership, we have the support from the community. I think we checked a lot of boxes and did a lot of things right. But for all the teams that we saw during the regular season in our division and for the 3 games in postseason, I was super impressed with the quality and the depth of the player pool with each and every team. I thought the level of play was excellent. And I think it's only going to continue to gain momentum going forward as new teams come into the league, as more people start to realize that, this is a great way for the college age player or the player who is a year out or so that wants to pursue the game at a higher level, for those players to be in this environment for those 3 months, as opposed to where was it last year or 2 years ago? It was, I go home, I train on my own, and I get my summer packet from my college coach, and hopefully I'm ready to go August 1st when it's time to come into preseason. But I mean, like I said, this is a hugely tremendous opportunity for the players in this age group. And I think it's only going to grow and get better from here.
When you were describing that, you mentioned the community. And I think that's the biggest thing that we're honing in on being an expansion team and an expansion club is community and to get them on board. From your experience with Tormenta, what would you tell the Spokane community that they're getting when they are getting a W League team, especially, and the level of play like you mentioned?
I mean, really the best thing I could tell them is please come out and support the players. Please come out and support the club. I think we all know, and like I said, I was a college coach for 14 years, 11 of it on the women's side. And we sort of kidded a little bit with our team going into the Minnesota game. Like, how many of you have played in an environment like that? Most of us at the college level, you played in front of 100 people. You played in front of 75 people. It's mostly your parents, a couple friends, relatives. So come on out and support all the teams, support all the players. The girls and the women, they need this. They need to know that this is for real, that this is tangible, that there is a professional opportunity for them at some point, somewhere. But people, like I said, the Minnesota people, they were unbelievable. I think somebody talked about it in an interview this week. These people were out 3 hours before kickoff, tailgating in those outer parking lots. We drive up in the bus and the place was a zoo, and then they all come in an hour before kickoff. There had to be, the stadium probably had to have 4,000 people in an hour before kickoff. So that's what a team like Spokane needs. That's what if we can all do that and really rally around the sport and rally around the female version of the sport, that would be tremendous. And like I said, that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm in the women's game. That's why I've done most of my career in the women's game, because I want to see the girls and the women have this opportunity and get this support and just be able to go and thrive.
Yeah. And because you have had so much experience in the soccer world, whether that is, in college, like you mentioned, now with pre-professional, what was different about this summer for you as a coach?
Well, for me, and maybe this was part of the challenge when I got here too, the directive from ownership was, we want to put a team on the field that's going to be highly competitive. And in their words, quote unquote, we want to win championships. So the task for me was, I have to build a roster from 0 players in the first year. So, we did the work, we put the hours in, we did the due diligence. And as the roster start to build and players start to sign on, I just got excited for, hey, look at the talent pool that I have to work with over the next 2.5, 3 months. We were 26 players deep. I don't know if you want to say your number 1 player was as good as your number 26. We're not going to speak in those terms here, but we could have put any player on the field at any time, and we would have had the same product in terms of level of competition, level of play, and so on and so forth. And even the players themselves said it, that, hey, this is the deepest team I've ever been a part of. So for me, that was the privilege. That was the joy. And I think, like I said, I think that stretches out from team to team across the league. And again, my challenge now, looking back on it going into 2023, is how do I replicate that again for next year? Again, can we be at that same level? Can we be even better? I don't know. But like I said, that's the joy, that's the pleasure, that's the challenge, that's the opportunity. That's what I get excited for, is to work with kids with high soccer IQs who can play the game at a high level, who have tremendous upside potential too.